The American Soap Company is a modern artisanal brand that draws inspiration from vintage American soap traditions, particularly from the 19th and early 20th centuries. Although it is not a historical soap manufacturer, its name and product line references the rich heritage of American soap production. American soap brands of the late 19th and early 20th centuries were more than cleaning products. They were household staples, tied to regional identity, marketing innovation, and community engagement through coupon campaigns. The American Vintage Soap Company revival of these themes connects modern consumers to that heritage. The American Vintage Soap Company is a contemporary brand that sells artisanal soaps, often in vintage-inspired packaging, and is active on platforms like Etsy. Its products may include classic formulations, limited editions, and collaborations with vintage-themed sellers, reflecting the nostalgia for early American soap brands. The company's name and offerings pay tribute to the craftsmanship, branding, and cultural significance of historic American soaps. In short, while the American Vintage Soap Company is a modern business, its history is rooted in the legacy of American soap manufacturing. And this is what I'm going to be shaving with, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today I'm going to be shaving with American Vintage Soap Company shave cream. This is the unscented version here. This was graciously sent to me by Shave in Solitude. My brother Siraj sent this to me. This is a brand new tub. He asked me if I had ever used it before. I said no, but I hear a lot of great things about it. And he says, don't worry about it, brother. I'll send you a tub. So thanks so much, Siraj. I really appreciate it. That's very, very generous, very kind of you. I'm very happy to have it. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, like I said. And Siraj also sent me the double-edged safety razor that I'm going to be using today. I do got a feather blade inside of there. You can see the blade in there is aligned perfectly, and this is the Aylsworth SS Pro. This is a very hefty razor right here. I don't have any specs on it. If you want to see some really top-notch razor reviews, go see Shave in Solitude. Go see my brother Siraj over there. He's doing some in-depth, very educational reviews about all of the razors that he has in his inventory. Top-notch reviews. Some of the best reviews on YouTube, in my opinion. For the aftershave, I'm going to be going with the Seaforth Heather here. I also have the Seaforth Heather cologne. I'm going to be whipping up a lather with this Pearl synthetic shave brush here. This has the Stars and Stripes pattern here. This is a cool little brush. I found love with it when I seen it and I ordered it, and I've never shaved with it before, so I'm going to see what this synthetic knot does. Got my Shave Nation Allen block here. Of course, I've got my witch hazel. I'm going to take my brush here. I'm going to dip it in the water. No need to soak it. It's a synthetic. So I'm going to get the water squeezed out of here, and here is the soap here. I do have the scent notes blooming in hot water. I'm just kidding, it's unscented. And I'm just going to start loading this brush here. There's a really small little opening, but I'm going to try to load it as best I can like this. All right, I'm thinking that might be loaded pretty good there. Doesn't look like much. I guess there's quite a bit right there anyway. I'm going to get my face wet, and there's really not much to talk about on this shave soap that you didn't hear in the intro, so let's just build a lather. slow it down right there. The way this soap takes on water is very strange. I almost gave up on it when I first started putting it on my face because it didn't feel like a good soap. And then it started talking to me right when I was about to give up on it. And I started adding a lot of water to it. And as you add water to it, well, in my case anyway, it started talking to me. And I was like, oh, so you're not done yet. Let's keep going then. And the more you mess with it, the better it gets. It does not feel like a cheap quality soap on my face right now. It feels very, very nice. I did not expect that because, like I said, first impression wasn't impressive. And then I kept playing with it, and the more I played with it, the better it got. And so, of course, here I am. I built a nice luxurious lather on my face because this is what it was asking me to do, which I didn't think this is what it wanted at first. But yeah, it sure does. Really, really good soap. It feels like good soap. Let's check the peaks real quick. Oh yeah, that's decent peaks right there. Nothing wrong with that. That's exactly what we're looking for there. Very nice hydrated there. So I'm going to try to get some of this off my face here. Let's take a look at the brush. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at how hydrated it is. Nice and shiny. This feels like a really, really good quality soap. Like I said, didn't at first, but it does now. So I'm going to set that to a side. We're going to get ready for our first pass. So I'm going to do kind of an instructional on shaving. I'll just let you know what's going on in my head because I had a family member come up to me and he was like, bro, you're doing all these reviews, product reviews. And if I was a newbie and I was trying to learn how to shave and watching your channel, I wouldn't learn anything. Well, I wouldn't learn anything about as far as shaving technique. I'd just be learning about the products you're using because you review the products and then you just start shaving. You don't tell me what you're doing when you're shaving. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, like I said, I'm going to shave. I'm going to verbally say what's in my head, what I'm thinking while I'm shaving. So this one's for you, little cousin, brother, uncle. Here you go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find the angle to where the blade starts shaving my whiskers. I'm not going to press. I'm not going to use any force. It's not there and it's not up here. Somewhere in the middle, and you can hear it. Right there, and I'm going to try to keep that angle right there. And you can tell that, well, that's got a lot of slickness there. That's really nice. You can see how my face, it contours in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep that same angle. And I'm going to move the razor. I'm going to bring it like that. I'm going to move it this way because the head doesn't swivel. It's a fixed head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue using that technique all the way through my face and all the way through the angles and the contours of my face. Just try to keep that same angle as I'm shaving off the whiskers. And this razor feels like it's a very efficient razor. Not super efficient, but it's a nice, really nice razor. So pay attention to the contours there. Just trying to move the razor properly to the way my face is shaped. Letting the razor's weight do all the work. Just be vigilant every time you feel like you want to press. Don't press. Just let the razor do what it's meant to do. Like if you see it, I'm just holding it so it doesn't fall out of my hand. I'm not pressing into my face here. And I'm just letting the weight of the razor do the work. And this razor is actually a pretty hefty razor here. I really like that. These razors that Siraj sent me are really good, high quality razors. So what we usually do is when we're doing reviews of a razor or soap or something, we usually do a 3-pass shave, and that is going down side, the first pass going down, second pass going across the face, and third pass going up the face, which is called with the grain, across the grain, and against the grain, because your hair grows in different directions, and using a 3-pass technique is the best way to get a really good shave. Like I said, because your hair doesn't grow just in one direction, it grows all over the place. And what you really want to do to start figuring out and honing your technique with a double-edged safety razor is you want to map your face and figure out how your hair is growing. When you find out how your hair is growing, then you can make proper adjustments to your face. For example, in private, I never do a 3-pass shave. I usually do either one or I'll do 2. I'll do down or with the grain it's called, and then I'll go against the grain on my second pass. My hair grows different directions. And then right here on the nose, you just want to kind of roll your razor until you feel the blade start shaving, or until it bites. I mean, it's not going to bite you, but until it starts shaving, you want to, and you'll feel when it starts shaving, you want to keep that angle. No pressure, you're just letting the razor do all the work, the weight of the razor do all the work. And you'll do the same thing on this side. Right there it caught. And don't let that get in your mouth, because that's full of whiskers. I'm going to rinse the razor off, and we'll do the same thing underneath the lip here. And you want to stretch your face too. If you notice I'm going, just getting my face kind of tight with my facial muscles. And I'll roll the razor down my chin in a rolling fashion, just trying to keep that angle. I'm not going to wet my face. I'm just going to lather up. What I'm talking about mapping your face is you just want to figure out which way your whiskers are growing. My whiskers in front of my ears, they grow down, and then they grow this way across my cheek, and then here they grow this way. And then on my neck right here, they grow straight down, and then right here they grow out sideways. So that's how my whiskers grow. And so when I do across the grain, that's usually how I attack my whiskers, by shaving them against the grain, is I use it different directions. Best way to do that, to map your growth, or groat, as Eric says, is to let your whiskers grow out for a number of days. Draw a face on a piece of paper, and then draw lines with arrows. And I'll show you what across the grain looks like for me. Did I say across the grain? I meant against the grain. And on my chin, they grow down. So then right here, excuse me, my whiskers grow out this way. So I'm actually going across the, or against the grain here. And I do have them where they come up a little tiny bit right here, so that's why I'm going at this angle. Once you map your groat, you'll figure out what you need to do. That feels super good. This is a really, really good razor. And I've been shaving for a little while, so my technique is better now than when I first started. Again, this is against the grain for me. If you want to start a 3-pass shave, if you're just starting, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now I'll turn it around and I'll come back this way. So I leave that little strip there because my hair does grow down right there. So right here, I'll go against the grain going up right here. And then on my chin is kind of like a problem area for me. So what I'll do is I'll just take my thumb and I'll stretch my skin when I start shaving my chin against the grain. Again, you can see me using my facial muscles to stretch my chin here. Now I'm going to go against the grain on my mustache area. Very, very lightly. find that angle. Very lightly let the razor do all the work. All right, let's rinse off right there and see how we did. Whoa, that is complete BBS right there, except for under my nose right here. And the residual slickness is pretty good there. There's a lot of residual there. Yeah, that's really nice. Really, really good soap. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my razor and I'm just gonna get right underneath my nose. It's actually just on this side right here. All right, that's all we needed. I'm just going to get my face wet a little more here. I'm going to take this Allen block. I'm going to dip it in the water, get it wet, see what the shave tells us. I have nothing right there. Nothing right here. Nice. That soap protected me very well. That razor did a really, really good job, which I didn't think it was going to be as efficient as it was, because you could barely see that blade coming out from the edge there. So I thought it was going to be way, way more mild. I thought I was going to have to do quite a bit of buffing, but no, very efficient razor. Not aggressive at all, just very efficient. Cleaned me up real quick. All right, I'm going to let that sit on my face for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to rinse it off. I'm rinsed off pretty good there. I got my witch hazel bottle here. I'm going to get some of this in my hand. Then we'll get it on our face here. Witch hazel, great stuff. Oh yeah, witch hazel, really, really good stuff. I got a BBS shave. That is just crazy. These razors that Siraj sent me, they're so nice. Giving me an effortless shave, I'll tell you what. All right, I've got this Seaforth Heather aftershave lotion here, so I'm just going to shake it up really good. I can't look at, you can't see through this bottle. You can't tell if the ingredients separated or whatnot. I always think it's a good rule of thumb just to shake them up really good anyway, so I got it shooken up really good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this in my hand here. That's a whole bunch of aftershave splash there, but that's okay. Oh, wow. That is such an old school vintage scent. Not as much alcohol as I thought. Maybe it might be another creeper. Oh man, I got so much. I probably don't even need that cologne. That was a lot. Oh, it smells good. That smells really, really vintage. I was going to say old, but it doesn't smell old. And that's got such an old vintage smell. That's really nice. All right, cool. I'm super, super happy with that. This one smells really, really good. House of Mammoth just came out with a new line of their Seaforth line because they took over all Seaforth production. I think they just a couple weeks ago came out, or maybe a week ago came out with some more stuff. But this American Vintage Soap Company, this unscented, I'm sure all the other scents that they have, all their other products work just as good as this. This was a really good product. There was nothing wrong with it. It had a lot of slickness. It was really, really good. It had a good amount of cushion. It wasn't like the greatest cushion in the world, but the cushion was there, and the slickness was there. The density was good. This is a really, really good product, man. Yeah, I was impressed by it. Like I said, I wasn't impressed when I first started building the lather. I almost gave up, and I was like, well, if this is what you're going to do, then I'm going to stop right here. I'm just going to start shaving. But no, it started talking to me. As soon as I thought that, it started talking to me, and it wanted to keep going. And so yeah, we kept going, and we built a nice, big, giant, luxurious lather on my face. Built clouds, fellas. So anyway, Siraj, thank you so much for sending me these products to shave with. Thank you for sending me this unscented shave soap by American Vintage Shave Company to keep. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. And thank you for letting me test drive this Aylsworth SS Pro. This is a really, really good razor. So far, this is the second razor you've sent me that I've tested. I've got one more, and both the razors gave me spectacular, spectacular shaves. It makes you think, you know, when I first got into shaving, I just started buying a bunch of different DE razors, you know, just to build my inventory. And if I would have known then what I know now, I wouldn't have nickel nickel and dime myself with all those razors, I would have just, you know, came out a little bit of extra money and bought myself some really good high quality good razors, because yeah, getting spectacular shaves out of these higher quality razors. So thank you so much, Siraj. I appreciate it. You guys go visit Siraj over at his YouTube channel, Shave in Solitude, and give him a like and a subscribe. You're gonna learn something from his videos. Like I said, not just my opinion, you know, everybody in our Discord group, everybody, all my buddies that I know that watch Siraj, they always come away more educated and can make better decisions about purchasing certain razors and knowing what they don't know about a certain razor because of his reviews, because they're very thorough, very educational. So yeah, I'm very happy to know him, and I'm glad that he's making YouTube videos and giving us all the information that he does on these razors. Excuse me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Until the next one, and you guys take care of yourselves. You hear? God bless.